It is episode 203. Welcome into the Benches Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the San Francisco Giants.
And I'm Dave, representing the side of the Dodgers, who made a move today. So we'll talk about that and what's going on around the league, I guess. I guess that's important.
Yeah, I think that's technically the biggest thing that's happened for this pod would have to be just the signing of the World Series hero.
Yes.
So
Miguel Rojas. I think it's good. I mean, I think it's awesome that he gets to end his career as a Dodger. I think he deserves it. A lot of people, including myself, doubted the guy, and but I mean, it seems genuine, cares about the team, is a good leader. They respect him, and it's so easy to cast off those guys and be like, well, what do they even do, right? Because you don't see it you think you don't see it on the field because they're not producing as much as the other guys, but behind the scenes, they're the guys that are leading, and just doing a good job of leading, being a leader. And so to have that respect, to have that guy, it's good. I think it can only be good, and hopefully he goes out on top, and it's a three-peat,
Maybe. Are we still are we still under the assumption that he is like, when he gave up the number for Roki, that it was seen as like, I mean, like Dodger players were trying to make it like it was like such a astounding act, like he was barely guaranteed a roster spot.
Well, look,
you were calling for his DFA.
I know that we old and stuff, but like, and it does seem like, oh, it's corny stuff that he does, and it just seems like he's doing it at his core. But like, it hits with the players. It means something to the players. Like it's genuine. So no matter how we see it, like you see other clubhouses, and they lose the respect of the leaders. They don't follow. They all want to do their own thing. Look at the Mets, right? Like you have Soto, you have Lindor, and they were the dysfunctional family. Maybe a Miguel Rojas in that clubhouse settles things down. Maybe it's different, So it's easy to say they don't do anything on the field, but I feel like they do. So you have other clubhouses that like just go crazy, and then the season's over. It happened with the Padres. It happened with the Mets, and so you've seen it happen in other clubhouses. So if he can keep the clubhouse intact along with Mookie and Freddie, why not? Let's try it again. I mean, it's worked so far. Why not keep going with it? It's the same formula. Plus, it's nice that he gets to end his career as a Dodger like he wanted to.
He should have ended it. He should have just ended it right then.
Well, sure, but I mean, if you can go for a three-peat, why not, right? You're playing with house money at that point. Like, hopefully they're not like the Clippers and they DFA him in the middle of the night and send him home or something, I think the Dodgers organization is a little bit better than that, but yeah, that was crazy to hear those news.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it. It is a nice gesture, but I don't think that if he didn't offer the gesture, that the Dodgers are probably gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need that number 11." So,
I don't think so. Especially with the demeanor of Roki. Like he seems like he's so. At the time, he seemed like he was so shy and didn't want to bother anybody. It seemed like whatever number you give me, you give me.
He was courted by every team in baseball.
Well, whatever, man. It doesn't matter. I don't see Roki as being like, I need that number or I'm not signing there. Like, I don't think that was what threw it over the top.
Maybe.
But it did help that it was a nice gesture. So.
I don't know, man. Could possibly be it.
Plus, the guy can still play a little. He helped. Mookie said he was a tremendous help. And Mookie's glove only got better near the end of the season. So, hey, if he can help the young guys with the glove, the Kims, the Freelands, and all those guys, why not?
Yeah, It is a little funny because at the beginning of the season, everyone was calling for his DFA.
Yeah.
And and it is a big moment. Don't get me wrong. I understand it, but just one moment can get you $5.5 million is what they say it's from.
I mean, I just feel like he can still play a little. We don't really have a shortstop behind Mookie right now. Or if Muncy goes down, you have a sure glove behind them, even at second, So, I mean, he's still valuable. $5 million is not, it's not going to break the bank.
It's not a lot. I'm just saying that if he didn't have that moment, let's say the Dodgers still came back and let's say Ohtani hit that home run and the same things happened, I'm not sure that he gets that $5.5 million.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if his presence in the clubhouse amounts to $5 million without the hit, but I'm sure he would have still been brought back, I think, to finish his career here. Especially, like I said, Muncy, he gets hurt a lot. Some are flukes, some are not, but he does get hurt, so you need somebody who can play third base a little. So, some insurance there.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I just like, for instance, Bo Bichette, whatever he signs for, I'm sure if he didn't have a monster World Series, a really good World Series, especially that 3-run home run in Game 7, that I'm sure that.
I mean, he was still going to get a healthy amount.
I think he would get significantly less. Let's say he gets, 8 years, 220. I would probably move it down to at least 6 years.
I don't know. There's not that many free agents of the bat of the caliber of bat that he has. You got Tucker, you have Bichette, and then what? Bregman, maybe. I mean, there's not that many.
Right.
I'm sure he would have gotten money from someone. Maybe it'll be the Blue Jays, but we'll see.
It's crazy. Bregman got $30 million last year.
And then he just bolted, right? He said, I'm going to go get more. I'm going to re-up and get some more.
That is pretty crazy to me. But yes, I get what you're saying. Man, I guess maybe we should move on to the big topic on Giants Twitter is apparently the Giants are super cheapos. Andrew Baggerly reported in the Athletic that the Giants aren't going to be able to meet or aren't comfortable trying to meet Imai's what he's going to command, saying that they're not planning on adding a bunch more to payroll.
Yeah, not Imai or any other starting pitcher, right? I think that's what I read.
No, top end starting pitcher. They're looking that's what it said. Moderately priced. But what's your definition of moderately? Are we talking not even Zach Gallen, Michael King? Are we saying just not the top, like no Framber Valdez and no Imai? I did listen a little bit to saw some clips where Susan Celester was saying that they just don't feel like the people on the market are worth that much money. Not that they're unwilling to spend that money, but they just don't feel like those guys are worth that type of money. And I don't honestly, if they get a couple really good starting pitchers, whether it be Zach Gallen or Michael King, and they trade for a good starting pitcher or even sign a lower tier pitcher and, trade for a really good starting pitcher. I'm not upset by it. If you want to spend less money, but you trade and you make those moves, I'm fine with that. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
We already know how this ends. You're going to end up with a Nick Martinez and some other guy that nobody's even thinking about. But that's going to be your off season.
Here's the thing. The last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm making this up in my head, which I'm pretty sure I remember this pretty vividly, Andrew Baggerly reported almost the same thing the past 2 years. And afterwards, 2 years ago, we signed Matt Chapman, Blake Snell. And then last year, I don't think he said anything last year because, you can't really, re-signing Matt Chapman, Willie Adames, trading for Rafael Devers. That's a lot of payroll in the books. I don't think you can look at that and say,
but the Snell thing. Money. But the Snell thing, everybody knew he was going to opt out. Like as soon as we heard like a year with an immediate opt out, everybody knew he was going to leave. Like,
but that's fine. You're getting in that rotation what you need for that year. Obviously, it's not. You want to go at least a couple years, and then the really top starting pitchers you usually have to sign in for a couple more extra years than you're even comfortable signing for. But I don't. If they sign, like let's say Zach Gallen really wants to try to reset his market, and he wants a 1-year deal, and they sign him for 1 year, I'm stoked on that. I'm jazzed. I'm tickled pink.
But you're like in fantasy world. You just saw Dylan Cease get 210 with a shitty year. And you think any of those guys are going to be like, give me a prove it year? I don't.
Zach Gallen. You don't think Zach Gallen? Literally, Blake Snell did that just 2 years ago.
I just don't see it happening. I think he's going to get paid somewhere.
Zach Gallen, the guy who's been extremely good and then had, was it 2 bad years or 1 bad year? Am I crazy? Was it 2 bad years or just last year bad?
I think it was just last year.
Okay, if it's just last year, I mean, I don't think that's that crazy. Guys are getting paid after 30 to be like, if I shove next year, it resets his market. And if it doesn't reset his market and he just signs for like the 4 years, that's even better.
Yeah, I feel like you'll have to sign them to a longer term contract than just like a prove it year. I mean,
like a 3-4 year type deal? Or are you talking like a 6?
No, not yeah, like a 3-4 year.
I honestly would rather that because Robbie Ray's leaving after next year. You have a bunch of question marks on all these young pitchers that, showed promise 2 years ago, but sucked last year. Landon Roop made a huge step forward and was good last year. So you have a lot of question marks. So I would like it if they sign him for 3 or 4 years. That's no problem for me. I'm just saying if he wants to be like, I want a 5-year deal and I'll wait a year for it because I want to prove that I'm better than I was last year, then you should do it.
I don't know. I just think it's funny that I was cheering for you guys to sign Imai or, however you say his name. And
I'm hoping they do.
And then like the very next day, they're like, we're not spending any money on that. So,
but I feel like this report always comes out. They also said, hey, don't get your hopes up. You're not going to sign a Willy Adames. The best you're going to get is Ha-Seong Kim. And then what happened? Oh, let's not get our hopes up for these trades. No noise was made that Rafael Devers was available. Posey just got it done. Sign Willy Adames.
That's
like what
fell in your lap. Nobody else wanted that horrible contract, and you're going to be regretting it later.
When it happened, everyone was like, "Oh, they could have got more. Why did they trade the Giants without checking with anybody?" And now all of a sudden, it's, "Oh, no one wanted the contract." That contract is not nearly as bad as half the contracts in the league right now. The Xander Bogaerts, the freaking all the other bad contract. He's only signed to like I think 36 or 37. All these other guys are signed to like 39, 40.
I'm just saying, we already saw what he could be when he's
you're
not
wrong
good.
Though. You could just say
we got a little preview of what it looked like when he's not good, and it didn't look good. Devers, when he first came over, he was cold as ice.
Okay, he gets cold every once in a while. He had 35 home runs last year. You're going to say he had a bad year?
I'm just saying, you might regret it at the end of that contract, but all right.
I don't think they will. That's just like saying, well, Mookie Betts, you have him signed for another, how long?
5-something years. I mean,
5
you've already gotten 3 chips with him. And that's not even close to being the same thing. You've already reaped the rewards. You've already gotten the chips from him. What do you mean? You already got 3 of them with him. He's already paid, anything else now is gravy. So of course we want more. You want to get greedy and you want him to keep going and you want it to be like he won every year he was here, but it doesn't work that way. But he's already won 3. That's already successful in my eyes.
Right.
So
it is. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that you're at the moment you're kind of wilding right now.
I'm definitely wilding, but that's because I want your team to not succeed at all. It brings me. It did suck a little when I read. I'm like, oh, they're not gonna they don't want to spend on big names. I'm like, they're not going to get Imai. All right, that would have been such a juicy storyline every time they face each other and stuff. But
right,
whatever. We'll see who pays the money.
And I'm sorry, but there was no inklings that that the Giants were going to sign Willie Adames. It literally came out of left field. We were extremely shocked. So maybe Posey is just a guy who doesn't like to show his hand. I don't think that it's completely off the table.
But that's another contract that's, it's not going to look great either. He's already not a great defensive shortstop. So he's only going to get older.
Not a great defensive shortstop.
Didn't he lead the league in errors 2 years ago?
2 years ago? Oh, yeah, 2 years ago, yes. Did he lead the league in years this year? No. Did he have a bad start to the year defensively?
Hey,
yes. Did he turn
had a worse year than Miggy?
A good defensive shortstop from the second half on? Yes.
It didn't matter anymore. You guys were so far behind, it didn't matter. You had a cute finish, like the guy said.
We were in a playoff spot. We got so far out of a playoff spot, crawled all the way back and got into a playoff spot because of.
Now imagine if he played well the whole year. Can you imagine how you guys would have made the playoffs?
I do. But imagine if we had Rafael Devers all year.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, you still need pitching. Eventually, you would have needed some pitching. But
I wish the camera would have caught when I did that little mic, whatever. That when I went over there, my mic went like this. I don't know. I was so disappointed.
Even the mic knows you're wrong. It's like, what is this guy talking about?
That was really sad. Really sad. Really distinguishing. But
before we move on from the free agents, I just have one last free agent that signed, and the storylines that are coming out after these signings from this team is just crazy. The Toronto Blue Jays signed Dylan Cease. And then they signed Cody Pounce, right? Guy from the KBO.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He had a great year, and I started seeing all these takes about how they're stacked and they have the best pitching. And am I missing something? I still think maybe even the Yankees, maybe the Red Sox, if they get another piece, they have just as good rotations. I don't understand. I get it that they're investing back in the team, and that's great. You want that. But they're taking the storylines a little too far. We're expecting Ernie Clement to have his Linsanity run and just be this great player after he's been a bench piece for his whole career. And
you can't take anything away from Clement because then you have to admit that Madison Bumgarner had a better postseason run. So you have to build him up that he is now Ted Williams reincarnated.
This doesn't correlate anything. I'm not talking about Bumgarner. The point is,
I'm just saying.
Did the Dodgers rotation just die? You're telling me that a Dylan Cease, Shane Bieber, right? Yasavage, who he was amazing in the playoffs for them, but he's still improving he was still a rookie. So now he gets the second go around. We'll see how he does. We'll see how the league adjusts to him. We'll see how he adjusts back. So it's not like he's just going to be great right out of the runway. I don't see that. And then. I forgot who their other starters are. He was with your team. What's his name? Splitter dude.
Disrespect Kevin Gausman like that.
Kevin Gausman. Dylan Cease. I feel like the best pitcher in that rotation is Gausman. Dylan Cease is so volatile. He's so up and down. You don't know what you're going to get. And they're like, well, just one pitch away.
And
every team who's had him has said the same thing about the guy. He's just one pitch away. Well, he strikes out a lot of hitters. Yeah, but he also gives up a lot of bombs. So, I just there's a lot of.
And you're going into.
I don't think they're the
really
best rotation. Yeah, they have a great defense, no doubt about it. But
that always kind of happens though when off-season moves happen. There's tends to be a lot of over exaggerating.
Yeah,
and not only that, everyone just sees the upside, right? Cody Pounce, he was terrible in baseball. Went to I believe it was Japan at first and did okay, and then went to the KBO and was amazing. Now apparently he changed his pitch mix, and I saw some videos. His stuff did look extremely nasty. He could come back and he can literally be a Cy Young next year. Guess it's possible. You know what else is possible? he can come back and get
he's a mediocre pitcher.
He's just be trash.
And it's just a middle of the pack pitcher. Right? Compared to the talent here. Yeah.
So that's another thing too. Cody Pounce, 3 years, $30 million, $10 million a year. And the Giants backed out. Apparently they were heavy in there, and the Giants backed out. And people were like, oh my gosh, they can't even afford $30 million. It's not saying they're not going to spend $30 million on a pitcher. It's saying they don't want to spend more than $30 million on that pitcher.
Yeah, and that's very reasonable. Like, if you want somebody who's proven, then you go and pay somebody $30 million who's proven, somebody else. Right. Valdez or somebody. It's completely understandable. But I don't know, to say they're the best rotation in the AL, I don't think so. That's my opinion. They have names, but this is Shane Bieber's first. It's going to be his first full year back, right? After his was it Tommy John or something he had? So, man, I don't know.
Yeah. He I think he didn't even pitch at all for the Guardians last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was just getting healthy enough to pitch when he got traded to Toronto.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because he only had like one start before they went into the playoffs or something like that. But yeah. So yeah, I think it's a little over exaggerated, like you said. I think obviously I'm biased. When you have names like Snell, Glasnow, Shohei now for a full year.
Yamamoto on your team. Glasnow's getting traded. You didn't hear?
Emmett Sheehan, dude. Emmett Sheehan is gonna be a beast. I mean, that guy's filthy. They used him out of the bullpen, and he wasn't exactly the same as he was as a starter. But as a starter, he is filth. So I expect great things from him. But we'll see how it plays out.
He might be. We'll see. Or he might be getting taken to the Cove a couple times by Rafael Devers, who is still good. I can't believe you're trying to convince me that that's a bad contract.
It's going to be a horrible contract. You know why? Because it stopped you from getting your favorite Alonso. So just because
that is true. if Rafael Devers wasn't signed, I would be slamming my fist on the table, make another video about how much we should sign Pete Alonso. So, and you know what's really funny? I'm not sure if you saw this. This is how I feel like the stuff that you hear on Twitter is just absolute bullshit. It's like, the Giants don't want to pay money for Imai. Okay, but they're checking in on Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber right now. Really? We're really checking in on Kyle Schwarber?
To be fair, the Reds
first base and DH options, did they add a second DH to the league that I don't know about?
Yeah, but the Reds also checked in on Kyle Schwarber. I said Kyle Korver.
I think it's fake. It's fake news, man. 2 years. If we were around this time last year, how many times? Look at whatever the episode was, this time last year. In no way were we saying, Willie Adames to the Giants. And then guess what? One of the first things that happened before Christmas, boom, Willie Adames to the Giants. So
didn't you have a vacancy at shortstop though? It's not like it was so far fetched.
No, they said they wanted to get a shortstop. It was very clear that they wanted to get a shortstop, but no one said that. Everyone was saying the Giants are going to pay the money it takes to get Willie Adames. That's not going to happen. Look what happened. So what I'm saying about Schwarber is there's just not enough. He's a DH only. Like, unless you're planning on trading Bryce Eldridge, which we'll get into that in a minute later. But
unless you want to play him in left field and hope he stays, alive for the whole season. But other than that,
I would, dude. I don't understand how bad you could be to not play left field for the San Francisco Giants. Like, they have Michael Conforto out there 2 years ago.
Hey.
Travis Power out there at times. Like, come on, bro.
World Series champion Michael Conforto. World Series champion.
He wasn't even on the roster.
And he still has a ring, baby.
Oh my god!
Actually doesn't pain me to say it. It's actually pretty funny, but yeah, he's got a ring.
Yeah, I should be more impressed that the Dodgers did win the division so convincingly with Michael Conforto on the roster all year.
Oh man, the fact that he went on his little run before the trade deadline, and it stopped them from looking at other bats because they actually believed that he had found something, just to immediately turn around after the deadline was over and go back to himself. Terrible.
Well, it's because he played the Giants right before the deadline. I mean, that was just because he was owning the Giants for some reason.
Yeah, if he could just imagine that everybody was facing was the Giants, he'd be golden. But
yeah,
nah.
It's almost like, oh man, it would be crazy if the Giants actually signed him. I'm sure he would hit like 40 bombs if that happened. But one can only imagine, right?
I'm not gonna be relieved until I see the breaking news that somebody else signed him. Until then, I'm convinced he's coming back.
He's going to Colorado or freaking. Maybe the Brewers will take a chance on him or something. It's winning one of those teams that are going to get this. I don't want to say steal of a lifetime because he can go there and hit 200 again. But
no, he's going to be good. That's the part that's going to be annoying. He's going to go somewhere, make an all-star as a bad team or something, and someone's going to trade for him.
Right. But what I'm saying is he's going to go to a Rockies. A fucking Brewers, if he's lucky. Pirates, probably.
Pirates need to spend some money, so that makes so much sense. They just spend a little on Conforto, and then they trade him at the deadline, dude.
Well, they're about to offload some money. The Pirates.
Who's that?
The Pirates are going to offload some money. You want to know why?
I'd love to know why, because I'm lost, so yeah.
Because they're trading for Bryce Eldridge, baby. Multiple MLB insiders at ESPN created a mock trades, including one for Mitch Keller. You read that right. Mitch Keller, not Paul Skeens. Mitch Keller is going to get you a Bryace Eldridge. And that is no way of me saying that they would give up a Paul Skeens for a Bryace Eldridge. But to say that we would give up a Bryace Eldridge for a Mitch Keller, that's got to be top 10 dumbest trade ideas I've ever heard in my life. Like, if he was like an A-ball right now and he's an 18-year-old and you're thinking, he has a lot of swing and miss, maybe you make that trade just because maybe you don't think that it might take a couple years or there is some holes in the swing, so you're not sure if he's going to pan out. He literally shot through the minor league system and has already got his feet wet in the big leagues. So unless you're trading for a proven starting pitcher that is like go time, I don't see you trading for with multiple years of control. Like if they're willing to give up Paul Skeens, yeah, you give up Bryace Eldridge plus whatever else it takes to get him. But I don't think that would ever happen.
Don't you want parades over freaking prospects? What if he's a bust? What if you're looking back at this in like a couple of years and you're like, damn, now we can't even get Mitch Keller for this guy.
For Mitch Keller?
No. I'm saying, because you're saying a proven guy. I'm like, all right, well, let's hold off because he's not proven anything. So,
no, I'm not saying he's proven, but what I'm saying is he's already reached the major leagues. Like, he's gotten there. So it's like you either trade for someone who is proven, a starting pitcher, or if you're question mark, might as well stick with your question mark that has the potential to be an MVP.
Potential, but you know what Mitch Keller is like.
But Mitch Keller's a 3-4 starter.
Like we said, so is Imai. So is Imai.
No, stop. No.
You think Imai is a frontline starter just because he said cool quotes? No.
Yes, absolutely.
No, he's not. He's definitely not. Now we're just lying to ourselves.
I think he could be from what I understand, he's a top
not
line
a
starter.
One. No.
Might not be a 1.
He's a 3.
He might be a 3 in our rotation because we have Robbie Ray and Logan Webb. But I think he has a potential to be a number 2.
He's a 3 in a lot of rotations. I think
really.
I don't think he's the guy.
Gosh, I gotta this.
If we thought that he was the guy, I feel like the Dodgers would be someone interested if they thought he was the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like at least even just like a hint of like.
Oh no, the Dodgers have a type. All right,
they have a type. And it's
pitcher,
aces.
If he was good.
It's aces. You know, look at the rotation. Ace. So if they're not interested, it tells you all you need to know. All right, the guy's a 3-4
because they have 6 dudes. What do you mean if they're not interested? They need a 7th guy?
Is he starting opening day for any team? No, because he's not that guy.
Well, maybe that's why the Giants don't want to pay him $200 million. Maybe that's why they're like, listen, we like the guy and we'd spend some money on him, but $200 million for a guy that's, not. Maybe that's what they're seeing. Maybe they're seeing the same thing.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess. I just think back to the prospect thing. I think you trade him. It's like we were saying a couple.
You trade Bryce Eldridge.
No. I'm saying you gotta pick a lane, and you're like, well, let's see this guy develop, but we also want to contend. I mean, if he doesn't have a spot, why not trade him for somebody who's proven?
Well, you do. You have that's what I'm saying. You don't sign Kyle Schwarber because you got Bryce Eldridge, who should be in your opening day lineup, and you got Rafael Devers. Unless you're able to put Bryce Eldridge in left field and you're in you decide you want to try to do that, then yeah, let's do that.
All I'm saying is that it shouldn't be out of the question that he's like untouchable if the right piece came along.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. The right piece, which is why I said, dude, if we're in talks for a trade for Paul Skeens, yeah, yes, I'm all in for Bryce Eldridge, and not just the Paul Skeens. I mean, I'm just talking about for the Pirates. That's the only dude I'd want for Paul to trade Bryce Eldridge for. If we're looking at like Joe Ryan for the Twins, I'd be open to it. If we're looking for Tarek Skubal because he only has a couple years on his deal, I mean, it's the asking price for him is going to drop down dramatically in a year because he only have 1 more year left in the deal. He has 2 years now, but if they wait till next year, he's only have 1 more year. So if the Giants are like, hey, we're going to lock down Skubal right now, we're going to trade for him and lock him down to a 7-year deal, then yeah, dude, trade him. But you don't trade a Bryce Eldridge for a Mitch Keller.
I feel like I'm going to be in the minority, but I feel like that's a move I wouldn't make as the Dodgers. I wouldn't trade for Skubal. I feel like, obviously we have so many arms, but if they came with the right price and you're like, hey, you can have them for this much, I don't know. I don't think I'd do it. What? You call me crazy. I don't know. It's something I just feel like his best years are always going to be remembered as the Detroit years. And wherever he goes next, I just feel like he won't be.
He is literally the best pitcher in the American League right now.
Like, if it was Skeens with his age, I'd give up anything and everyone they want, right? But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just wouldn't do it.
I think you are crazy. I don't know the age of both these guys off the top of my head. I do believe Tarek Skubal is older than Paul Skeens.
But then again, it's a special situation with the Dodgers because they have so many arms. There's another reason you don't have to do it.
Right.
So that's also a very different situation.
You can just trade Glass now. Like everyone.
What's your fascination with getting rid of Glass now?
That's just what they said. Tarek Skubal was only 29 years old. He just turned 29. So next year is his 29-year-old season.
I get it. I'm just saying, like, any other team, it makes sense. But as a Dodger, and we see a lot of mock trades, and it's because he's such a big name. Oh, damn,
Paul Skeens is 23.
Yeah,
so you give up farm and more. Okay.
Hey, I'll give up my farm and yours for Skeen.
Okay. No. It's good that we fact check every once in a while. I was thinking he's at least like 26 because he came from college. So usually they're like 23, 24. Plus he did do at least a year or two in the minors. That's my thought process on the top of my head. I didn't realize that he just, I guess, went to one.
We should have like
23. I mean, I think next year will be his like 24-year-old season, but
like a countdown or something, like how much longer before they actually trade him? Like how many more years do you think he's going to be a Pirate before he's traded?
So
age 26, maybe 26, 27.
Well, let's find out exactly when he becomes a free agent. The thing is, they might hold on to Skeens even longer than anybody else because of how his whole internet popularity, because of his girlfriend. He's so popular and brings in so much money. It's not just about his talent. It's about the eyes and the attention, which brings a lot of money in. They might be like, this is worth it just to ride him out until, until he just becomes a free agent.
But when's he a free agent? Does it say?
It does say. I'm just waiting for the page to load. So,
okay,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
But yeah, that's the only guy I'd be willing to trade everything for. I mean, I think anything.
So he has this year plus another 4 years. So 5 years of control. So he becomes a free agent in 2030.
Okay. So he's gone, what, 27?
Damn. He'll be 29. He'll be a free agent at 29. So he's going to get a freaking bag of Rooney.
Well, he's going to hit the free agency just like Scooble, right? Oh, no. He'll be 30. 30 when he gets his, just when you're older.
Yeah, we'll see right now. Tarek Scooble. Yeah, it's this year. Oh, he'll be no. So School will be a free agent at 31. Doesn't make any sense. Did I say he just turned 28, right?
No, you said he just turned 29.
Oh, okay. Then that makes sense. Yeah, so 29 and 30, and then he was a free agent at 31.
Do you think they trade him before he hits free agency? Yeah, right?
I think so. I think they're one of those. I don't know, actually, because they're windows right now. And now that I'm thinking about it, Detroit usually spends some money. They're not like one of the top spenders, but they'll spend some money when they have a window. And
yeah, but I feel like they're the team that's going to top out at like an ALCS, if that. It's always like ALDS is where they get, and then that's it. So I don't know.
Yeah. Last time they made a deep postseason run was 2012 when they lost in the World Series to who?
I don't know, and I don't care. But they're like
Giants.
they're like the Indians kind of team. Like they'll
no,
be there, but they never have
don't
enough to go over the
like
top.
that. Don't disrespect them like that. They've spent money. I mean, they spent a lot of money on. Melky Cabrera. Sorry, Miguel Cabrera, Justin Verlander. Oh my gosh, I'm picturing his face, but I cannot. The other pitcher that was on the Nationals that signed with the Tigers, Jordan Zimmerman. They spent a lot on Jordan Zimmerman. They spent a lot of money on Javi Baez. They sign guys. No, I mean, they're not someone who's going to spend like a crazy amount of money, but they sign guys.
But I'm just saying they would be a Cinderella story if they got to the World Series. They wouldn't. It's not like somebody that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they have, especially in that field. Like obviously the Jays are good, the Yankees are good, the Red Sox. So I don't know. I don't see them as they're a nice story most of the time when they get to the playoffs.
Yeah, Red Sox. And you know what pisses me off is the Giants should be up there. And they're not up there at the moment. It's just spend some fucking money, dude. Get by the luxury tax. You want to go over? That's fine. Just get close to it.
Maybe we'll hear something. We have the winter meetings coming up, right? This is it this weekend?
This weekend. Under moves made by our teams.
I'm gonna say 2 together, 1 each. I think you guys sign
like one of us 2 moves.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna sign like a Tyler Rogers, and we're gonna sign like a Fairbanks or something like that.
They're talking about like how Tyler Rogers is gonna command high money, and they can't even afford Tyler Rogers. That's what's pissing me off. Like, I don't know, dude. They should spend money on either if they want to play it a little safe. They don't want to give a 7-year contract to Imai, even though he's 27, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you want to give a 30-year-old a 4-year deal. It's like, what are we doing here? This is a 27-year-old guy. If he wants 6 or 7 years, that should be no problem because it's the same as signing a freaking 30-year-old for a 4-year deal. Are is you dumb? But you also are buying the prime years. Is you dumb or is you stupid?
Maybe they just don't believe in it, man.
That's why I don't get Kevin Gausman. Oh, we don't want to sign you to a 5-year deal. We're not even going to extend you a contract. But Robbie Ray, who is in that same free agent class, the same age. Oh, we'll take the back end of your 3-year deal, your 5-year deal. We'll take the last 3 years. And you miss out on the 2 prime? Like, don't get me wrong. Robbie Ray has proven him smart because it is a really good deal, and Robbie Ray is still good. But talking about risk factor, come on, dude. Kevin Gausman is still good. I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand your guys' strategy, but whatever, man. Whatever keeps you out of the playoffs, I'm for.
Well, I don't know. I think that I don't know. Maybe sign Michael King or Zach Gallen. I'll be happy. Let's just start there.
I don't think. I mean, yeah, I would hate if you got King because I think he's really good. Gallen, he kind of owns us even when he's having bad years, so I would hate that too. So.
I need that. I'm gonna need that. I want that. I'm gonna need that. And adding the fact he's gonna have a way better catcher in a bigger ballpark. Come on.
You still selling that
come on, bastard. Patrick Bailey, baby.
You still selling that noodle bat Bailey when you especially in this podcast when the opposite, the other side of the coin is freaking Will Smith, who got the most innings in history. Come on, don't speak about catchers on this podcast because Bailey. We're going to compare Bailey
defensiveness. You're going to compare Will Smith.
Hey, we're defending our second title in a row while he's defending his.
And you think that's because of Will Smith and not Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman,
Will
and Mookie
Smith
Betts?
Hit the game-winning home run. I know a lot of
he didn't do anything, but yeah, if you put Patrick Bailey and the Dodgers, the same thing.
No, if we had Patrick Bailey in the Dodgers, nobody hits a home run in the 10th, and we're still playing. And that guy, we don't need his frame.
First of all, Patrick Bailey lives for the moment, and he's hitting plenty of big home runs to win games. So, calm down.
He is annoying because he sucks with the bat. Yet when it's a clutch hit versus us, all of a sudden he remembers how to hit. So whatever.
He doesn't come through a lot, but when he does come through, it happens to be in a clutch situation. Does that make sense? It's not all the clutch situations. It's just the rare times he does come through, it's in a clutch situation.
But we have Will Smith is way up here, and then you bring up Bailey
in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, when you're talking about offensive and defensive, I will agree with you. But if you were saying just talking about defense, and we're just talking about defense, Patrick Bailey is here, Will Smith is here. If we're just talking about defense, but
I feel like Will Smith's a little bit higher, but yeah, he did have a bad defensive year last year.
I was here. You want to go above the microphone right here?
Just go a little high. There we go. Give him that because he won the World Series. Give it a little higher.
I'll give him that. That's fine. Come on, dude. Inside the park home run off the top of the bricks. 3-runner.
That was the luckiest home run I've ever seen.
Fair. That is literally the unluckiest home run because it was a home run every other ballpark except for Oracle Park. But it just happened to hit the top of the bricks and he was able to run it out. So
they made him do some cardio. It's fine. He got it anyways.
Good times. Speaking of bad trades, I know there's one bad trade you wanted to talk about, right?
Oh, yeah. I saw this. What was it? It'll say on the tweet, but I think it was a week ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of not needing, I said we shouldn't trade for Scooble and give up everything for him. But apparently the Marlins think that we should give up our number 19, Zaire Hope, Eduardo Quintero, Mike Sirota, and Alex Freeland for broken down Sandy Alcantara.
I don't think it's your number 19 prospect. I think that's an all of baseball.
Yeah, I think that's an all of baseball.
So that's probably your 2 through 6th prospects.
Which makes no sense it's like the whole Mitch Keller thing that you're appalled by, with Eldridge. I'm like, what is this? Is he coming with 5 other players that we don't know about that are just as good? Or because there's no way this happens. Andrew Friedman hung up the phone, lost your phone number, and asked to never be reached out to again because that's a horrible trade. And it wouldn't happen. Yeah,
unless that also comes with Stowers and maybe even add in that other pitcher, Cabrera. So that is your number 2, your number 3, your number 5th, and your 6th.
Your number 5th?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's like something you make for that's where you start for like Scooble, right? Like, yeah,
should do it.
But man, it's the off season. We're bored. There's not many news. I mean, the biggest news this week was what Devin Williams signed with the Mets.
Yes, and the Yankees took back their beard policy right afterwards. So it was for Devin Williams.
I think you were I think you fell for a parody account. I don't think that was true.
Really?
Yeah.
I got had?
I think you got.
Although
if it was real, I think that'd be hilarious. Like the moment he left, like it was just for Devin Williams, a guy that wasn't even signed long term. They changed the rule. That would have been hilarious if they went back. And then I saw, I don't know if it was real or not, but I saw earlier before we got on him talking about like Yankees fans and his DMs being upset that he didn't resign. He's like, well, you guys didn't want me on the team, and now you're pretty upset in the DMs because I'm not back.
Right.
So that's, we talked about the Yankees fans and how they think every free agent is obligated to want to be there. So that was funny.
Crazy. I just want to get ahead of this right now. It just recently came out. Dylan Cease's contract. He's got a $23 million bonus, and then he has deferred money from 2026 to 2032. I
think he saved like $4 million total.
Huh?
I think they saved like $4 million total or something like that, right?
Yeah. That's like the normal deferring that people do. The thing that Shohei did was the one that was crazy. That's what I don't think Dodger fans understand when people complain. It's about also volume.
Take it up with Cease. Why are you taking it up with Dodger fans? It's not our fault.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Chosen way more to defer.
This is what I'm saying. Is the deferred thing happened, and Dodger fans are already tweeting, how could the Dodgers do this? Oh, it's it's the Dodgers, and this like basically
Dodgers are ruining baseball.
Who's ruining baseball?
Dodgers are ruining baseball because
they already ruined baseball. It's ruined. It's freaking ruined. It's wrecked, all because of you. But to not see the crazy difference from a $200 million payroll to $500 million. If you don't see the difference there, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying that people have a right to be upset about it, but you could also be like, oh, there is a little bit of a difference there. To have getting paid $2 million and have $68 million deferred, and then everyone on your team has deferred money, and be like, oh, the Dodgers are the king of deferred payments. And then when anyone else has some deferred money, they're like, oh, see, not only the Dodgers do this, other teams do it. Yeah, that's a normal deferral. You guys are crazy with your deferrals.
Like, no. The players bought into it. They wanted the deferred money. Like at the end of the day,
they did not want the deferred money. They were willing to do it.
Exactly. Other guys are not willing to do it for their teams. That's not our fault. It's not our fault that they only deferred like $2 million here or $2 million there. That's not normal. That's just that they didn't want to defer more. Why is it that the Dodger fans? I mean, and it worked. Look at the strategy. They deferred it. They won their second one in a row. Why not keep doing it?
Yeah, I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but what I'm saying
and it wouldn't be so egregious.
The way you guys do deferrals is egregious and crazy. Egregious and crazy.
For Shohei, it wouldn't be as egregious.
That's the whole thing.
So then you're mad at Shohei. You're not mad at the other defer payments. Like,
oh, really?
Like, oh, look, Teo did it. Oh, Snell did it. Oh, you're like, no, well.
Teoscar Hernandez had a 1-year deal and deferred for like 10 years.
And he wanted to. Like, what's, you know what I mean?
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Okay. What I am saying is you have the tagline. You have the tagline of having crazy deferrals. That's your MO. Don't be when other teams do deferrals like, oh, see, other teams do it. It's not the same thing.
All I'm saying is Juan Soto could have done the same thing.
What are the Giants? What are the Giants? What are they doing?
Nothing.
What are they doing?
A whole lot of nothing.
We're a month into the off season. What have they done or not done?
They have not signed anybody. They have
no one has signed anyone. Only you guys have signed Miguel Rojas.
They signed. They bowed out at the Ponce sweepstakes.
Oh, who cares?
Huge mistake there, apparently. And then they don't want to pay Imai.
The Giants spend. Do I wish the Giants spend a little more? Yes, I do. But to act like the Giants are like the Pirates? Come on, bro. Oh wait, we're bitching about deferrals.
You are.
The Giants have deferral payments. What are you talking about?
They're not equal. Well, then make a.
They're not equal.
Get your guys to give up more money. Easy as that.
You don't need to. Why would it matter to me if they deferred or not?
Well, because you're bitching about the Dodgers deferrals.
I'm not bitching about the Dodgers deferrals. What I am saying is, what I'm trying to get clear to you guys is the way you guys do deferrals is on a level that no one else does. So when other people do deferrals, like normal deferrals, don't be like, oh, see, everyone does it. You guys do it at a crazy level. Let's saying like, I'm not mad that you do it. I'm just saying let's just acknowledge the truth that's happening right now.
You're saying
let's just acknowledge it.
Other teams don't do it. They don't do it because the players don't want to agree to it. The owners would probably be like, yeah, let's do that. What do you mean? But whatever. Right, regardless, it doesn't matter. You're bitching about our deferral.
I'm not bitching. That's not bitching. Just I'm saying you guys are upset that other teams are doing deferrals. You're like, see, other teams do it. You guys do it like this is crazy. Like you guys are going like 200 miles an hour on the freeway. Then someone else goes, 80 miles on the freeway. And you're like, see, other people speed too.
No.
That's not the same level. They're not the same.
What we're upset about is the hypocrisy. Like you had, first of all, no. Because what the Dodgers always did was when they had money, they reinvested it in their team, right? And they're like, well, see, well, nobody can spend like them. And this was before the whole defer payments and all that stuff.
That's
right.
It was time.
Yeah, well, okay. Regardless, it's like, look how much they spend. Nobody else can spend this money. Now you have Blue Jay fans that are like, look how awesome it is that our team is reinvesting in our team. Thank you. And you know what? There's another team. For a really long time, I heard the Padres tell the Dodgers that making into the playoffs consistently and not winning shit was terrible. It was choking. It was not good, right? Well, now they're in the same fucking boat, and they're bragging 100%. about how like, oh, look how in the years that we have, like we made the playoffs so many times. How cool is that? I know they're clinging to that 2022 playoff performance. They're clinging it to like if it was a World Series. So that's hypocrisy because you told us that was failure. But now that it's happening to you, now you're like, well, see, no, it's good. You guys haven't made them. They're talking to Pirates fans like they're better than them. Oh, you haven't made them. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. Yeah. You haven't won shit.
You can't bring up a bad idea and then bring up a good idea and try to lump them together. Number two, I will agree with you.
Together.
1,000%.
Hypocrites, all of them.
Okay. Having a $200 million payroll is way different than a $500 million payroll. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that don't do it. I have not been. When have I ever said, oh, the Dodgers should stop signing people? That's wrong for them to sign people. Let's change the rules. That's not been my argument. I'm just saying
we're going to go back.
Let's acknowledge the fact that you're spending way more than anybody else. Let's just acknowledge the fact that you're spending way more than anybody else. That your signings are here, and even you and the Mets. You got you guys and the Mets are like here. Everyone else is like here. I'm just saying. And to act like everyone can do it. Not everyone can do it.
They could.
No. You're telling me
if everybody found a show, hey, they could
hold on. Everyone just needs to have a show. You're gonna tell me the Pirates and the Brewers can do what the Dodgers do?
First of all, I don't want to talk about the Pirates because they're the cheapest. Now they're looking at players to sign just so they can meet the threshold.
Exactly.
Like,
We
get
will
out of
agree
here.
they should be doing a lot more.
A lot
Hands
more
up, hallelujah. You're preaching to the choir. But
until
let's
they
not
do that. But until they do that, I don't want to hear them bitching about how they're not competitive and how they can't compete with the Dodgers. It's like we're trying to play with the hand behind our back and then complain that, we're pocketing all the money, not giving it back. It's a bad look when you cut players before they reach bonuses. You've done it a couple times. And then your fans are the first ones to bitch about the Dodgers and the defer payments and all that. It's like, I can't. I don't have any sympathy. Your owner's awful. Yep. And until they do something about it, and you know what it is, that they want to do salary caps and all that, and that's fine. But all the Dodgers, the players would have to do is like, hey, open up your books, show us how much money you're actually losing, and then we'd be open to a salary cap. And that's never going to happen. I think. But all these owners cry poor all the time. They're all losing money.
We should all just be revenue sharing with the Yankees because they were saying they lost money last year. So let's have a moment of silence for them.
Like, that's ridiculous, right? Like, open up the books. Let's see how much you really lost. And then we would be like, all right, yeah, it makes sense. But they won't do that. They're never going to do that.
I get it. This is the narrative right now on Twitter because one reporter said that they don't see the Giants spending more money. But you cannot make judgments before the offseason happens. Everyone said that about the Giants ownership. And then what happened? Willie Adames re-signed Matt Chapman. Took on Rafael Devers' contract. Those are big deals. So let's not try to. And not only that, Buster Posey has been a president of baseball operations for 1 year. So let's chill on it, son.
And I also think that if it ever came to salary cap,
can we just, you know what I mean?
If it ever did come to salary cap, well-run organizations are still going to be well-run. That's not going to stop them from being good, dude. Like, I know everybody thinks like, oh, salary cap, magically everybody's going to be the same level. No, like the Dodgers are still going to be the Dodgers, and teams like the Pirates are still going to try to skim by getting players for like about a year just so they meet the threshold and then just letting them go. Like, nothing's going to change. Just the amount of money that they have to spend a little more, and then nothing will change.
Yeah. Padres suck, losers. And one Padre fan got on Twitter talking about how they go slow in the left lane and wonder why people hate Padre fans. Don't do that, kids.
Okay.
Whatever that means. Basically, I think they're talking crap about you, so I agree wholeheartedly with Jeffrey. Fuck you guys, all right?
I mean, Dodgers they put the money aside. It's not like they're not going to have the money when the time comes. Like, they're supposed to put that money aside. So, all right.
Yeah, they're making. So I think the report came out they made back all the money that they committed to Shohei.
I don't know if that was true. I know they made a lot of money back, but I can't see them making all of it already.
I don't know, dude. But the report came out that the Angels made an extra $70 million a year just specifically on ads from Japan. And this is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I would imagine that number would be more with the Dodgers, 100%. But that's not even factoring in jersey sales, Japanese advertisements in the playoffs, because I don't know if you know this, but the Angels didn't really reach the playoffs. So
the Angels were so shameless, dude. Every time the Dodgers played them, they had all these Japanese advertisements. Yeah. So shameless. Even when he wasn't on their team, they're still trying to squeeze every last drop.
They know. Because they know. I mean, I don't know if you've ever. So I'm a frequent Disneyland guy, right? And when you're
one of those Disney adults.
Well, I have kids, so I do bring kids.
Okay, so you just get the pass. Okay.
I do love me a Disney adult trip. Fat kid with snacks, dude. Come on. All the snacks. We could have a whole podcast episode about the greatness of Disneyland. We could go there. But when you are close to Disneyland, there's a billboard that I hope is still up. I really want to take a picture of it next time. It might not be because it's not baseball season, but it's a billboard pleading people to come to Angel Stadium. and it's an advertisement: 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks for $44.
Oh, bro. You know what? That's a great deal. I remember those deals when they had those deals with the Dodgers, and that was the shitty years. I remember those were, one of the best experiences you'll have. So I'm not going to knock it because
Moment of silence for them.
You can get an affordable ball game, some food, and you can watch, the other good team that they're playing. So yeah, that's not going to knock that at least. But yeah, Yankees lost money, but wanted to give Soto $765 million. Okay, yeah.
Insanity. Shoot, we forgot to get to our videos, and we're already an hour in. Let's hammer through these really quick. That's probably true. I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to fact check you because it seems very true. So, we do have some clips to react to really quick. We'll go first with an oldie but goodie, some ass tattoos.
There was a tattoo artist at Mookie's party. Yes. Yes. I don't know why I don't know if Mookie made sure there was a guy there, because these guys were talking about it when they were saying, when we won the World Series, we're going to get these tattoos. And, so I don't know if Mookie was making sure that they were there to be like, hey, you guys got to hold true on your promise. But yeah, they got it done, and we were all there to see it.
Epic. Did anyone else get tattoos, or they just had a guy there for Kirby?
There was more tattoos, yeah.
So there was more tattoos. And do you think we'll see them? Do you think they'll ever come to light?
I think so.
The only reason that the Kirby one came out is because Kike is a menace. He's a menace to society. He took a picture right next to the cheek of Kirby. So I'd be interested to see. I know that Miguel Rojas had a tattoo. He said that on one of the shows he was being interviewed. So that's 2. I wonder who else had a tattoo and what they got. I wonder if somebody will have to say something.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking shit, because obviously we're nobody and we have a baseball podcast. But every ex-player seems to have a baseball podcast, so I'm sure they'll probably bring it up at some point when they start their podcast.
Or maybe Muncy just reveals everything sooner or later, right?
He's the guy who spoils movies and ruins it for everybody. Definitely possible. This was a topic I thought that we were going to kind of have more conversation on, but we're so late. Let's just run through it really quick. This is Yankee fans realizing that maybe baseball players kind of lie.
My decision to come to Boston it feels good to me to go to a place now where, you know what, it's easy to hate the Yankees. New York wasn't a good situation for me. Wasn't a great setup for me and my family. I never wanted to go there in the first place.
I couldn't be happier with how it all played out, and I couldn't be happier to be here today. It finally went through, and I was going to be a Yankee. I just had a big smile on my face and was ready to get here.
2 things, my reactions to that. One, if a baseball player comes or just recently signs and says something like, these are the best fans in baseball, or gosh, I just love it here, he might not be telling the whole, he might like it, but it doesn't necessarily, a lot of times they might exaggerate things to make you feel good about yourself because it's good for their interactions with the fans. I don't know. I know Yankee fans want to just believe that everyone wants to be a Yankee and everyone just lives to be a Yankee. But yeah, sometimes
or 2 things can be true at once, man. Maybe he didn't want to go there, and then it took forever, and the trade finally went through, and he's like, all right.
Maybe you just wanted to get away from Oakland.
Or maybe he's like, all right, fine, the trade is finally done with. I know where I'm going, and it's the Yankees. All right, cool. But then the season wasn't good. He had a horrible year there. And people,
I think multiple years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and you know how the New York media is. They'll rip you to shreds if you're not good. Yeah. I mean, you could be Aaron Judge and you have a bad week, they're going to rip you to shreds. So, I mean, maybe it just turned really sour.
In the playoffs after a 62 home run season.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe it just turned sour real quick. And then it's like, hey, man, I didn't really want to go there. It didn't work out. And, whatever. Or he's just lying, which could be also true. But
and I think... And I don't even necessarily want to even say like that he did lie, because it's very possible that he was like excited to leave Oakland for a team that was winning and you want it to be good. And then when shit went bad, you're like, dude, this place sucks. You know, he was on another podcast saying how like, you know, he enjoyed his time there and that it helped him mature a lot as a man because of the stuff he had to go through. You can be thankful for a time, you know, and through the to get through the hard times and what it does to you as a person. It makes you a better person. It makes you appreciate things, or it makes you learn how to deal with things, whatever. But then look back and be like, yeah, they actually really did suck too, by the way. Like that's another part of multiple things can be true.
Yeah. I wonder what a Michael Conforto would say about his time in LA. Like, yeah, it was cool, but you know, it kind of sucked because I didn't play in the playoff, you know, whatever. So, you know, you never know. But yeah, whatever. It's easy to hate the Yankees though. So I'm with them on that.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. And on that note, Dave, it's been a good time. It's been a good week. A lot of nothingness has happened. Emilio Pagan is gone. That kind of sucks. It's the guy I really wanted.
Well, he just went back to the Reds.
Yeah, so went back to the Reds. So nothing too crazy, but I wanted him on the Giants. So, so that's a thing.
But
do you have anything else?
Like we said, next time we come on, should be maybe next Wednesday, maybe next Thursday. The winter meetings will be done. Hopefully, there's some moves done by then, and there'll be much more to talk about. Hopefully.
Yes, and also, I didn't even mention this, but the Giants did sign somebody. You might have missed it because not a lot of people know who this guy is, and Sam Hedgens, good with the Guardians for a couple of years, had a really bad injury last year, was out all year, so he's supposed to be good.
Lefty, right?
See. Lefty.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Footnote, because we don't know what's going on, and hopefully some big names come off the board next week. Winter meetings are happening. Maybe we're talking about a crazy trade. Maybe the Giants trade for Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper.
Maybe these guys will win a game. All right? Maybe they'll win a game again.
We don't need to because football sucks. And that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out. See you guys next week. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform. I know mostly everyone's here on Twitter, but right under on the first comments to the YouTube, go subscribe. Dave, what do you got?
Hey, we'll see you next week. Yeah, next week. And hopefully we have some more news.